What began as a quiet, almost routine announcement from Buckingham Palace quickly spiraled into one of the decade's most emotionally charged royal controversies. Princess Diana, beloved by millions, has remained untouched in her private resting place for over 27 years. But now, the royal family's huge announcement about Princess Diana's tomb shocks everyone. The whisper before the storm. It started quietly with a news release from the Royal Communications Office on a gray Tuesday morning. At first, the announcement went largely unnoticed. There was no press conference or televised speech, just a plain digital message with the Buckingham Palace crest at the top. Most people who read it skimmed the first few lines, expecting another routine update, perhaps about renovations at Kensington Palace, or a charity project led by the Prince of Wales. But hidden in the text was a shocking phrase. Given recent developments regarding Princess Diana's burial site, the royal household is in the process of reviewing materials that may lead to a formal investigation. This message was calm and formal, but hinted at a significant change. It suggested that something long buried, literally and metaphorically, was being revisited. It had been over 25 years since the world mourned Diana on August 31, 1997, a day still fresh in the nation's memory. More than 2.5 billion people watched her funeral, a moment etched in history. With that announcement, the public was drawn back into a cloud of tragedy, suspicion, and unresolved grief. The timing was striking, especially with King Charles undergoing cancer treatment, Prince William facing new royal duties, and the monarchy under intense scrutiny. Yet, there it was, a brief mention in an official document, but one that felt significant. Speculation erupted immediately. What prompted this announcement? Had new evidence come to light? Was it political pressure or something more sinister? Many people's long-held doubts about Diana's death resurfaced, along with questions about the crash in Paris, the mysterious figures involved, the inconsistencies in reports, and the silence that followed. Others saw it as a disturbance to the peace of a woman who had endured much in her life. Regardless of opinions, everyone sensed something was on the horizon. Something bigger than anyone anticipated. A burial, shrouded in controversy. The day after the world learned about Diana's death, everything felt different. People worldwide held candlelight vigils, lighting up the night like fallen stars. Many wept openly on live television, and children held on to newspaper clippings. News anchors struggled to stay composed. This was not just the death of a princess, it was the loss of a symbol of kindness and humanity within royalty. However, events after her death sparked ongoing whispers behind palace doors and online. Usually, British royals have grand funerals and are buried in places like Westminster Abbey or St. George's Chapel. These locations are full of tradition. But Diana, who was once married to the future king and the heir's mother, did not receive that honor. Instead, she was buried alone on a small island in the Oval Lake at Althorp, the Spencer family estate. While the spot is peaceful and beautiful, some thought it felt like exile rather than a tribute. No public visits, guided tours, or access beyond the lake's edge exist. People can only view the site from a distance, separating her from the public. Although the burial is respectful, some believe its isolation makes her more mythical, as if the public's connection to her was made hard to reach on purpose. At the time, Charles Spencer, Diana's younger brother, said the decision was made to protect her. "She deserves a place of peace, not spectacle," he stated during his televised eulogy. Yet, tensions rose behind the scenes. Newly released letters from 1997 show a different story. Correspondence between palace aides and the Spencer family revealed conflicts. The royal family wanted a more traditional burial, perhaps not at Westminster, but definitely at a more visible location. The Spencers wanted to resist this idea due to their complex relationship with the monarchy. In an unusual twist, a diary entry from one of Diana's close friends revealed that Diana shared her burial wishes months before her death. She reportedly wrote, "If something happens to me, I don't want to be left in that place. I belong somewhere that people can find me." That location was Althorp, yet that was where she was buried, with heavy security. Cameras, motion sensors, armed guards, and even some underwater sensors to keep unauthorized people away. Why so much secrecy for a woman who had once mingled freely with crowds and cared for the sick and poor? Officially, the reasoning was about her privacy and dignity, and to prevent the site from becoming a media circus. However, this explanation has started to lose credibility with new findings. A confidential report from French authorities, quietly updated in 2017 but never publicly acknowledged, highlighted inconsistencies in the timeline between the crash and the transportation of Diana's body. She was brought back to Britain very quickly, so fast that several standard autopsy procedures were skipped, toxicology samples were limited, and no independent forensic examination was allowed before the coffin was sealed under lead, making it nearly impossible to exhume without damaging the remains. This raises the question, why the hurry? Some believe the answer lies in control, balancing the monarchy's needs, the media, the Spencer family's desire to protect Diana, and the royal family's wish to manage the story. Others suggest darker reasons about what Diana may have known or intended to reveal before her death. After all, she was more than just a royal. She had become an influential figure, loved by the public, but seen as unpredictable and potentially threatening by the royal family. Her relationship with Dodi Al-Fayed, her humanitarian efforts, and rumors about moving to the US all posed risks to the crown's control. So, was her burial at Althorp really about peace? Or was it about keeping her legacy at a distance? With her island locked away, the truth remains hidden. That was the intention all along. The secret beneath the lake. Earlier this year, engineers assessing erosion control near the ornamental lake at the Althorp estate made an unexpected discovery while conducting sonar scans beneath the small island where Princess Diana is buried. They found a large, sealed concrete vault buried deep in the silt, which was not mentioned in any estate blueprints or burial records since her reinterment in 1997. The vault's complex structure, featuring multiple chambers, suggested intentional design rather than simple storage. Concerned about the implications, local officials escalated the matter, but before it could become public, the royal household intervened, bringing in forensic historians and archaeologists under strict confidentiality. After a thorough examination, the team privately informed the palace, stating, "The contents of the vault do not match the burial items listed in 1997. The mystery surrounding the vault and its undisclosed contents raises unsettling questions. Harry and William pulled back in. King Charles III made a significant decision. He informed his sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, about an important matter. He didn't use aides to make these calls. Instead, he contacted them directly, asking them to come to Althorp. Insiders noted that his tone was serious. Within 72 hours, both brothers arrived at the estate early in the morning. William came first, with members of the royal security and palace legal advisors. Harry, traveling from the US, needed more time. A few hours later, he arrived on a private jet with his security team and a private lawyer who hadn't worked with the royals before. No media were informed and no public statements were made. The gates of Althorp closed quietly behind them. The brothers met privately with King Charles and Earl Spencer, Diana's brother, for nearly 7 hours. What happened during this meeting is not known due to royal confidentiality. However, the outcome was clear. An estate staff member near the chapel entrance remarked to a colleague, "They looked like they'd seen a ghost." William appeared blank and troubled, while Harry's jaw was tight, and he gripped the SUV door with white knuckles. Neither brother acknowledged the staff gathered out of respect. From that day on, the atmosphere within royal circles shifted. Something important was discovered, bringing the two estranged brothers back to a complicated past they weren't ready to face again. The royal announcement. At 4:00 p.m. GMT, the double doors of the Buckingham Palace media wing opened. Sir Malcolm Withers, a senior royal spokesperson known for his calm demeanor, stepped out. Today, he looked uneasy. "We are announcing discussions about the possible temporary opening of the tomb of Diana, Princess of Wales," he said, addressing an ongoing investigation into materials found at Althorp Estate. The press corps fell silent, and gasps echoed through the room. This was a shocking announcement about Princess Diana's tomb. For the first time since 1997, the idea of disturbing her final resting place was being contemplated. What had been found? Why now, after 27 years? Was this truly about honoring Diana, or was there another reason? The palace offered no further details, but rumors spread quickly. Some speculated about long-lost letters near her burial site. Others thought it might be about an item that did not belong, something left as a tribute or a warning. One surprising rumor came from an unnamed source, DNA verification. This raised concerns about questioning maternity or paternity, possibly even royal bloodlines. As the broadcast ended, it was clear. This announcement was more than just a formality. It marked the beginning of a significant event. The Paris connection reopened. Rumors about a conspiracy quietly existed for years, but now they have suddenly gained new attention. Once again, everyone's focus is on Paris. This interest is not just about nostalgia or the sad memories of the crash in 1997. Something more profound is happening. People are revisiting a timeline full of inconsistencies. Researchers, journalists, and online detectives are examining every document, photograph, and decision made in the hours after the crash. The French autopsy report is under scrutiny. It is unusually short and lacks the thoroughness expected for someone as important as Diana. Even more puzzling, French authorities still keep key medical files sealed, away from public access and independent examination. Why are they doing this? What secrets are they hiding? One of the most concerning findings is that Diana's body was embalmed within hours, before a complete autopsy could take place in the UK. This act raised serious concerns. Embalming speeds up tissue breakdown and can hide critical forensic clues. The quick embalming seems suspicious and unusual for someone of Diana's status. To this day, no clear explanation has satisfied legal and royal experts who question this decision. It breaks legal protocol and royal tradition, and may have prevented crucial information from being discovered. Now, there are talks about reopening Princess Diana's tomb for verification. What were once whispers on obscure forums are now becoming a serious topic in the mainstream. A theory that was once seen as far-fetched now feels more believable. This raises an alarming question. What if it's not her in the tomb? This idea sounds like something from a movie, impossible and disturbing. However, the unlikely seems more likely when we look at the facts. The quick embalming, the sealed French records, delays in identification, and the pushback against further investigation. Amid these resurfaced rumors, a darker thought emerges. If it's not her in the tomb, where is she? Or worse, what else have we been misled about? Theories flood in. The royal family is staying silent, which is causing much speculation. In particular, people are wondering about Princess Diana's tomb. A prominent theory is that her missing personal journal could be buried there. For years, rumors have suggested that Diana kept a diary detailing her troubled marriage to Prince Charles, her conflicts with the royal family, and her concerns about her safety before her death. Some royal insiders believe the diary vanished shortly after her passing. If it has been uncovered, whether by her choice or someone else's, it could have significant implications for the monarchy. There's also a chilling theory that a second coffin lies beneath Diana's known resting place. Some believe this coffin might hold her items, like letters or jewelry. Others think it could contain sensitive documents or evidence that should never be revealed. The most unsettling claim is that Diana's actual remains may have been moved years ago, leaving the tomb at Althorp as only a symbolic site. Critics point out oddities surrounding her burial, such as the quick handling of her remains and the absence of official photographs during key moments. Some suggest that the second coffin could have been added later as part of a hidden operation. The most concerning theory is supported by physical evidence. Reports say satellite images and ground-penetrating radar have shown unusual features under her memorial. Insiders from the ground-penetrating team claim there appears to be a sealed vault added after 1997. One anonymous source said, "If the vault wasn't part of the original plan, someone came back." The big question is why? No official statement from the royal family confirms or denies these theories. In their silence, people around the world are filled with curiosity and concern, eager to discover what, if anything, the monarchy might be hiding. The Spencer family's dilemma. Charles Spencer, Diana's brother, is in charge of the Althorp estate where Diana is buried. He has not spoken publicly about the calls for information on her death and tomb. Inside, he struggles with a tough decision. On one side, many people want transparency about Diana's death. On the other hand, he feels a strong duty to honor Diana's wish for her resting place to remain private. Charles sees her tomb as a peaceful place. He worries that opening it would bring unwanted attention and pain. In the royal family, opinions differ. Prince William seems open to a careful investigation to find the truth, while Harry fears this action would harm their mother's memory. King Charles has not made any public statements, which some see as calm and others as a lack of courage. An investigative committee has a 30-day deadline to suggest what to do next, ranging from non-invasive checks to possible exhumation. Outside Althorp, people gather to mourn Diana. They light candles and show their love and grief for her. News agencies are waiting for a significant development that could change everything. One mourner said, "We never stopped loving her," highlighting the ongoing search for answers about Diana. What will they find if the royal family opens Princess Diana's tomb? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video with us, and see you in the next one.